Hello and welcome. I'm Adri Gregan, and I'm back for Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. Today we're hopping into episode 18, and last time, I'm not going to worry too much about recapping last time. You obviously know what happened last time. It was episode 17 of JJK Season 2. That I can already tell that's one of those, it's one of those episode numbers that just kind of goes down in history. Kind of like My Hero Academia Season 3, Episode 11, or ReZero, Season 1, pretty much any double-digit episode, but Episode 14, Episode 18, pick one. It's just one of those episodes. And coming off the heels of Episode 16, that is seriously saying a lot because Jogo's final moments were quite a spectacle. So the fact that they spent the entirety of the episode just outdoing themselves over and over and over and over again it's hard to put into words how much of a feat of animation and just direction, just a feat of anime, really, it was. So I'm not going to dwell too much on what we already know. I did want to bring up two things, though, and they were about last episode and also about Season 2 in general. Specifically, the first one, which is the shorter one, is the idea that these sort of incidents, these happenings with the curses have obviously been kept from the public and with good reason to prevent like panic and such. But with what just happened, the authorities really do have their work cut out for them this time, don't they? It's going to be hard to keep this one under wraps, though. There's not really proof that it was like anything supernatural. I think the bigger issue is keeping the public in check, because the easiest explanation is also one of the more problematic ones, and is also sort of true that this is just like a terrorist attack, but it's on such a large scale. Yeah, they've got their work cut out for them. I do not envy the Japanese authorities one bit, and that's assuming this is over. For all I know, it could just pick up where it left off today, but I've got a feeling that at the very least we've got a little bit of cooldown next. But the second thing I wanted to talk about was a little more substantial, and it's not just about last episode, it's about the Shibuya arc in general, and even Season 2 at large. Particularly in the last several episodes, there have been more and more talks about the value of life, starting with Mei's, mainly starting with Mei's tirade, if you would, that she brought her little brother into that conversation. It was with one of those, I think it was a curse user that was in the subways, but she was asking about the value of a life. And throughout this arc, we've explored it indirectly in Jogo's complete disregard for the value of life, to Yuji, who's kind of our stand-in, our poster child for life, being out of commission. And there's been different explorations for it. But one thing I haven't brought attention to, or I haven't really mentioned at all because it's kind of slipped under my radar, frankly, is one of the last and most haunting lines Yuji had last episode. Die. Only me. Right now. Obviously, this was in response to what him living allowed Sukuna to be able to do, basically. Die so that no more of these tragedies will have to happen in the future. What I didn't connect it to, at least explicitly, despite the start of the episode basically cluing you in, is what I have on the screen right now. The very first scene of the show, of the story. I assume it's the same in the manga. The first scene is about Yuji's execution. And the reason why I'm here right now on this screenshot is because I've got a feeling that at the end of last episode, Yuji was too. He was saying right now, but I'm sure that in his mind, he was trying to mentally go back in time to the moment when Gojo was telling him he would be executed, and he was trying to tell himself to die. Because if he had died here, maybe this wouldn't have happened. Now, is that true? We can't say. There are too many factors, right? Who's to say Sukuna, or who's to say that without Sukuna, the disaster curses wouldn't have gone on and done some crazier rampage? Who's to say that eventually Megumi wouldn't have awoken that creature and it would have gone on its own rampage trying to kill the person that it was dragged into taming it and caused just as much havoc, right? There's so many different variables. You can't pin this on Yuji. But at the same time, you can't really blame him for, well, taking the blame from himself, from accusing himself. Because it's hard not to draw the connection that if I had died before, this wouldn't have happened. If I die now, it won't happen in the future. But the hollow, cold resolve he finds at the end of the episode implies that he's not willing to. He's gone too far. And at this point, the only thing he can do is see it through. And that's also commendable and understandable, right? Because as much as him just seeing it through because we're too far in feels a lot like the gambler's fallacy, the sunk cost fallacy, where I'm currently in the red, I've gambled money and lost, so I need to keep going until I win it back. On the other hand, if he stopped right now and if he just died, there's no guarantee that would stop anything, right? There's no guarantee that, say, one of his fingers wouldn't become the new cursed object that holds like 15 of Sukuna's fingers in it, and someone could just eat that, or a curse could get a hold of that or something. There's no guarantee that him dying would actually make things any better. He's this far in, so he might as well see through it that they kill him once he gets all the fingers and deals with Sukuna for good. So it's tough, right? I don't want to root for my main character's death, even though that's pretty much the only option we have left. But I don't want to say that he's better off dead, because I don't think that's true for anyone. But I guess we'll just have to see moving forward what happens. I guess in its own way, this is becoming his resolve. If you remember the conversation with the principal back in episode 3, I think it was, where he didn't quite have his resolve, but he had enough for the principal to let him go into Jujutsu Tech. That was one of the first moments that really gripped me on the show, that sold me on the show. The idea of him finding his conviction, and it's been something that's been building up slowly over time. And while I don't like that his conviction seems to now be building off of tragedy, that in itself is conviction. So if he can find a grounding here and a baseline here to do what he needs to do, the conviction to see this mission through, and it has to be off of a tragedy, I hate to say it, but that might just be the best option now. And with Mahito roaming free, and Choso too, two rivals in a sense of Yuji's, I can't even begin to wonder what's going to happen next. So I'm not going to waste too much time predicting, and I think this has gone on for long enough, so I'm going to just go into the episode. One last thing before I begin. If you do enjoy it, it would really help me out if you'd hit the like. It shows me that you appreciate the videos, and it shows the algorithm that it should show it to more people because they're engaging with it. And the same thing goes with commenting. If you want to help yourself out, go ahead and subscribe. Join me on my journey. I watch this 2 to 3 times a week. I try to do it 3 times, but sometimes I miss a day. And once I catch up with season 2, which should be in the next few weeks, it'll become a weekly, and you can help me and my community vote on what I'll watch next. But I'm going to put all that YouTuber housekeeping stuff aside for now, and we're going to hop into Jujutsu Kaisen season 2, episode 18. Now, does the... Oh, well, very topical. Here we are. It's also so interesting, Megumi's words. So interesting that he wants himself to die. He tells himself to die in his moment of despair, not Sukuna. So he really does blame himself. Oh, jeez, Junpei. Yeah, all these different thematic threads are all coming together here. They're all coming together here. Miss Gramps. Megumi said so many encouraging words to him from episode 13. Man, this is crazy. All these quotes throughout the show. But it's about how they die, yeah. And when all those people, there's the conversation with the principal. So many died. Such a short time. Right and wrong. Where do we go from here? I think we have like 6 more episodes of the season. I don't know if this is like Shibuya Incident Part 2 or if this is like one more arc for the end of the show. For the end of the season, I mean. I'm not sure. Seems like we're still in Shibuya, so it might not even be over yet. I can't. After last episode, this song just hits different. What a foul way to end the episode. It's also easy to forget in this tragedy that we are like seriously winning right now. I mean, all the disaster curses except for Mahito are gone. The curse users still have like still have Brain and Choso, but like Sukuno's really the big thing we have to deal with. As far as villains we've encountered at least. But I think the bigger issue, more than either of them actually, is the authorities. How are people like Principal Gakuganji going to react to this? When they were finally coming around to letting Yuji live and something like this happens. There's no way they're going to be okay with him now. And Gojo's still gone. So really just so many powerful players have been taken off the table. Well, replaced by a 15-fingered Sukuna. And right, Nanami's alive. Oh, we truly live in the best timeline. He says after thousands of people at least have died. But as long as Nanami's okay, even if he's looking a little two-facey, the rest can come later. Is this his dream? It's gotta be, right? That or a flashback. Yeah, it's like delusional. I mean, the fact that he's alive is beggars belief. For as easy as we are to kill, humans are... There you are, Mahito. What are you doing? I wonder if Nanami's actually going at... Oh, is he going to where the hostages were? Oh, yes. The hollowed eye socket. Jeez. He probably kind of wants to die now. How much pain is he even in? Is he even in pain, or is he just in shock? Retirement. Taking back all the time I've lost doing this. Oh, battling between the two sides. Oh. I don't think they were as lucky as you. Lucky's a strong word, I realize. This beautiful piano track. But he's still fighting, even though I should be done. What a beautiful scene. Beautiful and haunting. On the cuts, jump cuts back and forth. Oh wow, to him stretching. Jeez. The spinning to the spinning. And the momentum, wow, this is really well shot. Oh. I was really hoping we'd next see him in a hospital or something. He's a warrior till the end. Did he survive just to die? Or is Mahito gonna intervene? I mean, if he does die here, it's not like he's dying for nothing. He's getting rid of these transfigured humans. He's killing a lot of them, too. He's killing a lot of them. Oh, Nanamin. Oh, shoot, Yuji. Please don't tell me he comes in just in time for him to die or something. Don't tell me Mahito's gonna be there. Yuji and Mahito are gonna fight. Whether these things get him and Mahito walks up or Mahito actually kills him just in time for Yuji to see or something like that. Or if we get a repeat of season 1 where it's Mahito versus... It's over. Ooh, nice third-person POV shot. Yeah, just in time to see it. Gotta build up that. Oh, please, chat. Please, chat. For the love of God, please, chat. I don't think Nanamin is in a talking mood, though.
私は結局何がしたかったんだろうな。逃げたくせにやりがいなんて曖昧な理由で戻ってきて。
A job worth doing. Whoa. That was an interesting overlay. That was Yuji, right? Oh.
言ってはいけない。それは彼にとって呪いになる。
You can see Yuji barely in the background.
What?
Oh, jeez, that face. Oh no, he's still in shock, because of course he is. I've got a bad feeling. I've got a really bad feeling. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. I might make it real.
Itadori-kun.
No, no.
あとは頼みます。
あとは頼みます。Yeah. At least he got to say those final words. Oh, Jesus. Did you have to split him in half? I mean, I know he did, just for the fun of it. Oh, God, that's hard to look at. Oh, God. And he's just happy. God. Oh, that was such a brutally slow shot of him just running. Whoa. No. Is he even more against killing people now that he has a higher body count? Is he just in flux? I've been waiting for this fight. I didn't want it to happen like this, though. And of course, Makito's just having in for the thrill of it, because why wouldn't he be?
もっと踏ん張りが効けば顔面を貫けたかな。
Come on, Yuji. Pull yourself together.
人の命をもてあそぶことができるんだ。
Because he doesn't value them. It's simple as that.
指折り数えて困り顔で殺せば満足か？
Yeah, he just doesn't care. Different value systems.
ペラッペラの答えを授けよう。虎杖裕二。助けてー。お前は俺だ。
You are me.
いちいち切れんなよ。
That's so disturbing. Bringing back Junpei like that.
だがな。
So screwed up.
そいつを認めない限り、お前は俺に勝てないよ。
I hate to agree with him, but
喋るな。遺言か。
yeah, you gotta stop trying to humanize with him.
ナナミンなら怒りで我を忘れるなんてヘマはしなかった。証明しろ。俺は呪術師だ。呪術師。
There you go. Be calm. Okay, now we can properly fight. He's got his heart under control. He's got to manage that anger and use it. God, it's so hard to hate Mahito. As easy it is to hate him. He's just so expressive. Oh God, it's getting so cramped. The tension. What great visual storytelling. Dang. All right, Yuji, let's see it. Oh yeah, there's that theme song playing. Ooh. Pushing it back, good. Oh my God. Wow. Ooh. He's adapting your fighting style, and you're still getting hits in. Good job. Ooh. That's a smart strategy. Unlike Yuji, Mahito doesn't have to worry about losing his body. But of course, it's gonna take way more than that to stop him. Oh. Jeez. Okay, let's get into it. He's shooting little curses? Or little transfigured humans? Jeez, what was that? Oh, it's just one of the machines. What the hell? And he slipped into the elevator. And he let him go. Probably trying to catch him. It's a game of tag. Mahito wants to have fun after all. Almost as much as he wants to kill him, probably. Ooh. The red eyes. Yeah, come on. How many times are you gonna try that trick on him? Ooh. Oh my god. Mahito's sense of humor is just unmatched. That's why it's so hard to hate him. Oh, come on. I can't believe I was about to say that's playing dirty. What am I? An elementary schooler? Ooh. Elevator go down. Freak goes up. I'm gonna find a quicker word than transfigured human. There's gotta be a shortcut word for that. Guys. Yeah. Yeah, he's got to be more careful around Yuji because Yuji can strike his soul because of his synergy with another one of the third-person POVs. Nice. What the? Yeah, this is clearly some sort of trick. What are you doing? Yeah, obviously. Are you a fool? Mahito just went from this direction. You think you just ignore them? Come on, get your head in the game. God, did he transfigure it to make it look like a human? Ooh. Oh, that's haunting. Yeah, psychological warfare. One more card. What the? So they had humans in store? Oh, the eye. Oh my god, he made clones of himself. He made clones of himself, but he was still the last one of the three of them to find him. You are terrible at hide and go seek, Mahito. You are the actual worst. Does he not see how important my mission is? I almost got wiped out too. Oh. No way, with Nobata? This is his clone, I assume. Ooh. I don't like that face. Yeah, these two are like a match made in heaven. I would love to see how this fight goes.
手に触れるなって話よね。せめて逃げ虫くらい払っておかないと。思い出せ。あの時掴んだ重力の確信を。
The essence that you seized.
ノー君。
No, gone. Ooh, way to get close or to obstruct the view? Oh.
かんざし。
Oh. To have it make a burst of energy, yeah. That's clever. Mixing her mid-range and short-range
基
abilities.
本効かないんだよね。
Because you can't find his soul,
口
yeah.
ぶりからして。
Yeah, I don't know how you're gonna fight someone like
この女の
him.
死体を晒して虎杖裕二の魂を折る。
That would do the trick, but... Oh, no, that's the end. I've never wanted to do a double episode as bad as I do right now. Oh my god, that's so foul. That's so foul. Oh my god, okay. What a great follow-up to the last episode, right? It's still keeping up the high octane, like, not the high octane, but the high energy action, but leveling down the intensity of it quite a lot. Not intensity, but it's keeping the energy high without making, like, continually raising the stakes, right? This isn't there's no buildings exploding this time. We finally get a break from that. And this hyper personal battle now that also just builds so well off of the themes from last episode. It's a great follow-up episode. Great work on Akutami's part. Give you more than words.
心理テストだよ。
Personality test. Oh, jeez.
あの子大嫌いだったあいつ。結果はタイトルの後。次回
Oh, jeez. Been wrong part
昔の
two.
ことばかり考えているあなたはオタクで
Sure.
す。
All right, that was Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Episode 18. As I said during the end credits, it was a great, really well and carefully thought out follow-up to the absolute insanity that's been the last two episodes, especially the last one, obviously. And, I mean, given what I talked about before the episode, I mean, come on, right? It can't get more perfect than this. All of these different talks about the value of life, about proper deaths, about Megumi, you better be worth it. His own convictions about I can't afford to die. We're accomplices, the end of season 1 with Nobata. I won't lose. And Choso's words. The principle. So many different quotes that are just... That's so well fit into this, right? The idea that I want them to have proper deaths. And the fact that he's not quite convinced that he can give people proper deaths, which is a large part of his reservations about killing people, or at least living people. He's gotten more used to killing transfigured humans. We saw in this episode he was still a little bit doubting about it. I assume just because he has so much blood on his hands. As much as he wants to just dive all in, he's a person, right? It's not easier said than done. But he still ultimately grapples with the fact that if I kill somebody, how can that be a proper death, right? Because I'm cutting their life short. And we'll get to it when we actually get to their fight, but the way he tries to converse with Mahito is really interesting. And then this bit is just haunting. It's tragic, it's beautiful, it's horrifying. The idea that he wants to go retire, he's make up lost time, all the time he's spending his life effectively in service for public in a quite literally thankless job, and yet he can't help himself but do what feels right. Do what feels worth doing, as he says. And the cuts in this are really good. Let me go back from the start here. There's some really, really clever continuity shots here. Let me go back to the start here. Those two are definitely not okay. Let's see. Here, him spinning the swing, carrying the momentum from the left to right, with him obviously spinning the same direction. And then he continues with the slash again. He gets pushed over to the left from one of the I've got to find I'll just call them things for now until I have a clearer say. He gets pushed by one of the things, and here he's like being propelled forward, right? He's like invisible forces pushing him as he enjoys the sea breeze, I guess. Ah, jeez. It's just so carefully done. Him like on the ground with his eyes closed as he's trying to pull himself together. Here his eyes are closed, and then cut back to him and he opens his eyes, finding his resolve once again to keep going. He spins to the right, spinning to the right. It's just so well done. It's so well put together. Him twirling up to the slash in the same direction. Come on. And this third person POV is really great. It's very much like a first person, but it's very like video game, right? Like you're over your character's shoulder, and it's like a first person POV, but slightly removed. So which is why I'm calling it a third person POV. I guess you could kind of call it third person limited, but it's great. It's great. The movement of it, again, it's very moving like a first person POV, with like the bouncing on the stairs, tracking him, going around the corner. It's just great. Just great. So much great camera work in this episode. Jeez. Oh. He says his past friend, and you can barely see Yuji in the background. It's so... You know what's going to happen and you dread it. But of course it has to happen anyways. But he makes the most of it. あとは頼みます. I leave it to you. And then, okay, I don't have my headphones in, but I've got to play this part. I mean, a bone-chilling performance right here. God, and just the ecstasy from Mahito's part. Incredible voice acting. What the hell are you? And these shots where it's almost agonizingly slow how long we hold the shot of just him running, because in anime you so easily forget it, but like we see someone run and like we cut immediately to like them clashing. If you've ever like had like just a 50-meter distance or like a 10 meters to run, it feels like it takes forever, right? Because we move way slower than we like to think, and way slower than anime likes to make us think. When you have to close all this distance, like it takes a while. So I like how it's making us hold in there, because it builds the tension and it gives it this grounded sense of realism, right? That this fight's going to be so... This fight really takes advantage of this feeling of realism. It's the complete inverse of the fights with Sukuna. And obviously the fact that we have the continuity of Sukuna and Yuji both having like the same body, it's this great continuity just amplifying the contrast between the two different types of fights. And this is probably one of my favorite moments in the episode. The fact that he stops here means everything. It's decisions like this that separate a great writer from a masterful writer. And I don't say that lightly. Because last episode, we ended with Yuji getting this cold determination after all the people he's killed, that he has so much blood on his hands, he has to see it through. So a great writer would follow through with that and would have him close his eyes, grit his teeth, and do what he has to do. And he would have punched through this. I've already got blood on my hands. It's too late to back down now. That's his character change. We've got to follow through with that. That's what a great writer would do. But Akutami's not a great writer. He's masterful. He recognizes something that you don't see often in anime and manga. He recognizes that characters do not grow in a straight line. That even after having this cold moment of realization that I'm too far in, I have blood on my hands, I have to just kill and see it through to the end. That doesn't change how against killing he is and how important a proper death is for him. Even if this last episode effectively set him down, you could even call it the climax of the show or the climax of his character arc, where the conclusion that he will eventually be able to kill people to see this mission through becomes inevitable. That conclusion becomes inevitable. That's what a climax is, right? So you could say that was the climax of his character arc, and I think it is. But it takes a truly good, truly experienced writer to hold back, to have restraint, and to realize that you can't just draw a straight, or you can, but you shouldn't just draw a straight line from the climax to the conclusion. Some would even say the climax is like the halfway point, 3/4 point. That means you still have a whole quarter left of the journey, right? A whole quarter left of a winding road of a journey. He still needs to confront his own, what he believes is a proper death, what he believes the value of life is, what he's willing to do, what he's not willing to do. We've seen him kill transfigured humans, so you'd expect, character consistency, he's able to do it now. But that's not how we work. We grapple with these things. We struggle with these things, especially in the emotionally volatile state he's in. Of course he's going to grapple. Of course he's going to hesitate and struggle, because that's essential to his character, and it should be. Will he one day develop to a point where he doesn't hesitate at all and he can kill them as quickly as easily he can kill curses, just the regular lower rank curses? Maybe. But that doesn't change the fact that right now the whole world is upside down. His whole world is upside down. So I love how he hesitates here. I really do. Because incredible restraint on the part of Akutami's, and a recognition that this is going to be such a rough path, that even after something as climactic and horrifying as last episode, as traumatic as it, the resolve you find in that moment, as cool as it is, and as much as we like to be like that edgy, character growth, as we become that dark hero, that's just not realistic. And Yuji is nothing if not realistic. And the fight that happens is great, but it's so interesting here. Having just said that, it's interesting that he confronts Mahito here. It seems that he's still not... Obviously, transfigured humans are difficult because they were human. But I guess he's not really trying to humanize Mahito in a way. I think he's genuinely asking. He's trying to figure out how Mahito can do something like this. It's not like, how can I empathize with you? It's, how can I square this circle, right? How can I make sense of this? How does any of this make sense? Because the world doesn't make sense right now. I think he's trying to grasp on some semblance of sanity, some sort of meaning to be found in this meaninglessness. And I hate to say it, but the answer is far simpler than I wish it was. But the simple answer is just difference in values, right? We've talked about the value of life. I said it from back when Mei mentioned it. It's subjective. Mahito simply doesn't value life. That's all there is to it. I'll give you a simple answer since you're such a simple guy. You are me. Quit snapping at everything. It's just a curse, mumbling, monologuing. But until you're willing to accept that, you can't beat me. It's interesting. He says he's going to give you a simple answer because you're a simple guy, but he also doesn't, right? What does he mean, you are me? Quit snapping at everything. Mahito doesn't snap at everything. Unless the you are me is the curse is nonsense? I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if we know enough about Mahito to know about this for sure. To know if this is him saying obvious nonsense, we're not so different, you and I, or if he's referring to the fact that they're both growing into themselves. This is a topic I haven't brought up since way early in season 1, I think. I think it was like episode 11 or 12. The idea that Mahito is growing into his own, but he believes himself to be a perfect form. He's just filling the mold, whereas Yuji is discovering himself. But they're both kind of growing. They're both hatchlings in a sense. So I guess you could say that, but this kind of just feels like the nonsense. Because Mahito doesn't seem to snap at anything. So I think that is just an egging him on. You are me. He gets angry. Oh, stop snapping. Like the case in point. It might just be a case in point moment. It's just a curse's nonsense. You shouldn't take it so seriously. So maybe I'm falling for it too. And as a empath, I hate to agree with the worldview that says, stop trying to read into and understand me. But I think that's just true. You just need to accept that our worldviews are different and that they can't really, we can't coexist. If you're watching my free run, yes, there are quite a few parallels, right? But it's true. You can't always coexist. And this fight is just really good, by the way. I'm skipping through it, but I've already talked about it. It's just really good, really careful, really technical. Yuji was really stupid here. He's clearly still doesn't quite have his head in the game. And I've got to mention this. I said it during the episode, but I cannot get over the fact that Mahito split himself into two and still lost the race in last place with Jogo and Choso finding Yuji first. Mahito, what are you doing? Come on. And then we learn what the clone did. He found Nobata. You ran with your tail between your legs. They are a match made in heaven. Both instigators. You're going to be fun to kill. And she's showing a really interesting development and evolution of her fighting style, where she's mixing and matching her mid-range nail attacks, obviously, and her short range just physical prowess, and she's blending the two together, making it really interesting. But she can't see his soul, so I'm not sure how she plans on beating him. I'm worried, but I don't think she's gonna lose. I think I can believe in her. This feels like a fight she needs to win. But I've been wrong before, so I guess we'll just have to see. If you want to see this, see how this resolves as soon as it comes out, which should hopefully be Friday, do subscribe to get notified as soon as that comes out. Leave a like if you had enjoyed it. It really, really helps me out. I say at the beginning, I say at the end, because it's just that important. And a lot of people forget that they didn't do it. They think they did, but they didn't. I fall for that too sometimes. But it helps me so much. And it really shows that you put in the effort, that you cared enough to actually hit like. And even more than that, commenting. If there's something in the episode that I missed that I didn't talk about, or something I skipped over, or something that I said that you agree or disagree with, something you want to build on, or just context around the episode, leave it in the comments. I'd love to engage with you down there. I read every single one without exception, because I love interacting and building this community. So yeah, go ahead and do that if you're interested. But if not, until the next one, have a lovely rest of your day.